The way flounder are, they're a real interesting species. They're a saltwater species. They're called benthic species. They live on the bottom. They're a flatfish in the flatfish family. They have two eyes on one side. A lot of you probably already real familiar with them, but the interesting thing is that actually when they're larval stage, they look like a normal fish. And when they start developing, their eyes migrate over into their adult form, and then they start on the bottom. And another interesting thing is we have left-handed and right-handed flounder. You can see this is actually a left fin flounder, but only about 18% of the genetic traits carry the right fin species. So you can actually, phenotype. So you can actually see how they're oriented, the two eyes and the left fin there. The major portion of the meat is on top, of course. There is a smaller fillet on the bottom half. On the smaller flounder like this, I'm not going to do tonight, but you can pretty much do the exact process I'm doing on the top half is on the bottom half. But the top fillet is about twice to 3 times as thick as the bottom fillet. So first, pretty much it's a deep-bodied fish, and the meat pretty much starts all the way up just behind the cranium, and this is called an opercle, a gill flap, all the way back, and the meat stops pretty much at the opercle at the base of the tail. So even though this is a small flounder, about a 14-inch flounder, you can still get a very large fillet off it. So the first cut is going to go pretty much in almost like an arc, and you're going to go from the top of the shoulder down to the base, just like that. So the first cut is just almost like a crescent moon cut from top to bottom. That's all it is for the first cut. And you can see that the gut is pretty much right here with all the organs in it. It's a very small gut. So once you get past about here, all the rest is meat for the fillet. So after the first cut, make sure you go all the way down until you feel the bones. And then you're going to turn the knife and start cutting horizontally down the fish. So the beginning of the cut, see here I've started the cut, my primary cut, and then I've started cutting down the backbone on both the top and bottom. See that? Right there. So I started my cut back toward the tail. And then you carry on. Pretty much continue the cut. Once you get past the gut part. Stay right down on the base of it so you get as much as you can. And there's the fillet right there. It's a beautiful white meat. It's just gorgeous compared to a lot of the other fish species. It's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous meat. Now a lot of you, and probably Danny will agree, to leave the skin on. Cooks much better like that. I highly recommend it as well, but I'll display to show you all how to cut it and do skinless. But I highly recommend leaving it on. It's easier to cook that way as well. Is that true? To leave it on? So pretty much the exact same way as you did the primary cut, but you want to start at the tail. Go down. The skin is very thick, which allows you not to cut through it. Very fish friendly, clean friendly. So you just went right down to the skin and then turn just like I did on that first cut. And once you make the turn, just kind of, I take 2 fingers and push down on the skin, and it holds it still. And then you can get a hold of it when you get a little bit further cut. And then I wiggle both the fillet and the knife, and it makes a nice clean cut. I got everything there. There's nothing left of the skin. And there's a nice clean fillet. You can almost see through it. It's just such a pretty meat. Straight through there.